What's going on, everyone? It only felt right. It only felt right that the day the Blue Boys Network hit 10,000 subscribers, it only felt right that me and John have a chat for you all. So, firstly, thanks for the support. Genuinely, all the comments. I've been crying this morning. I mean, it's pathetic, really, but I have been crying. It's really emotional. A lot of work has gone into this channel, and I'm just really grateful to you all. So thank you so much for not making a dream come true. I'm not going to say that, but 10,000 is a big milestone in YouTube world, and you've helped me, you've helped John, you've helped everyone who contributes, who comes onto this channel. You've helped many fans, and you've supported me, so I'm very grateful.
Well done,
how are you?
By the way.
Cheers, John.
You're welcome. I'm good. It's a bit of a... I hope this transfer window doesn't turn out to be another fucking damp squid like it has for many years, where we sit there till 11 o'clock at night, matchsticks in our eyes, and nothing happens. Before we come on, I did see Benfica maybe back in for Andre Gomez, 12 to 15 million.
Yeah, it looks like a loan has been agreed, according to some sources, and a £12 million obligation to buy at the end of it.
Yeah. We just need that one done quickly, and hopefully we can go and spend the money, to go with the £4 million we got from the sell-on fee for Vlasic. And also, apparently we got £7 million off Juventus for the 2-year loan for Moise Kean. So listen, all the pennies are adding up today. Hopefully it's not too late in these deals that we have been linked with, Diaz and Maitland-Niles, Rondon, hopefully we can get... Listen, we need a right back before any of them, in my opinion. We need a right back. We needed a right back for 3 years. If we can get the right back in, Maitland-Niles, whatever his name is, and listen, I think we'd all love Diaz. That one's a bit of a slow burner for me. I'm not sure we're going to get Diaz quite over the line, but the other two, I think they'll happen today.
Yeah, let's just talk about it then. So Benfica, obviously, is in for Andre Gomez. We've been critical of Andre Gomez for quite a while now. He sort of played really well to get a move to Everton, and then he never looked the same. People use the injury as an excuse for him, but to be honest, I thought he was shit before that. And look, he's never rocked the boat. He's never come across as a particularly horrible person. So look, I wish him all of the best wherever he goes during this transfer window. But for me, it's the right thing that Everton let him go. Do you agree, John? Or do you think it leaves us a bit light in the middle of the park?
Well, at the end of the day, Michael, he hasn't been playing much anyway. We've started the season well with him not having much game time. If we can get 12 to 15 million pound for a player who looks like he's only be a squad player at most, then it's good business. Apparently there was some sort of agreement when we did get him that there was a chance for them to buy him back as well. I let him go. I mean, as I say, this is no. He did come from Benfica, didn't he?
No, come from Barcelona.
Brilliant. Well, I fucked that up then, didn't I? But anyway, well, what I read before, I must have read it wrong then. Whatever it was, that's fucking brilliant. Start to transfer deadline day. Honest to God, I'm like Everton. I get everything fucking wrong. That's better. Just leave that like that.
He's fucking brilliant. Fantastic.
You want to start this video again?
No,
no, but anyway, just going back to Andre Gomez anyway, I know you mentioned before, and I've had many discussions with people on Twitter, Michael, about the injury probably set him back in his Everton career, but me and you have agreed that, listen, a lot of these players, and this isn't a pop at Andre Gomez, because he won't be the only player who does it, Michael, but they play on loan, they play well for the move, and he got it, and that's what's happened. And for me, he wasn't the same player what we had on loan before he had the leg break. So if we can get 12 to 15 million quid, I have no problem with Andre Gomez leaving today.
Yeah, I do think it leaves us light in the middle of the park, and that's why I'm going to come on to a potential incoming. Maitland-Niles, obviously, he can play right back. He can also play centre midfield. It does mean that Everton have got that cover, and we like players like that. We like players who can be a little bit versatile. I also think he can play on the left-hand side of defence as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm not being funny. We've let Nkunku go. A lot of people, and your reaction there says to me that you're a bit confused by it, but I'm not. when I look at how well Ben Godfrey played at left back last season, and Ben Godfrey was preferred over Nils Nkunku, when I look at the fact that Mason Holgate, I think, has started fairly well this season, but I think Michael Keane's let him down at times, albeit he looked much better the weekend. And we've got Maitland-Niles potentially, touch wood, who we will talk about coming in. I think we've got enough cover to let Nkunku go out and have some game time.
We've also got Delph who can play there as well.
yeah, that's it. And he trains really well, according to Rafa Benitez. I mean,
yeah,
that
brilliant.
is Maitland-Niles, would you be happy with him coming in right back?
Yeah, definitely. You know, at the end of the day, Michael, he's better than John Joe Kenny, isn't he? You know, he's a young kid. Yeah. He's got fresher legs than, let's say, Seamus Cole. I'm not going to sit here and slag Seamus off. Because, again, you mentioned about Holgate there, started the season quite well. I think Coleman has as well. So, you know, does Maitland-Niles come straight in and go straight in at our preferred right-back choice? Maybe not, but it's good cover. It's good cover. So, whether he comes in to start, you know, remains to be seen. But as you say, Michael, he gives us that versatility as well. And I think when he got his England call up, I may be wrong on this one as well, but I think he was playing left back then as well. So, you know, we have got that option for cover at left back and the right back. I think it might be a bit late in the window for John Joe Kenny to go anywhere. So we're probably going to be screaming out for the right back for 3 years. Now we end up with 3 of them. But, you know, maybe as you say there, with Gomez going as well, he can also do a job there. We've also said on here as well, Michael, Ben Godfrey could probably play in the middle if he had to as well. You know, so...
Ben Godfrey can play anywhere.
Exactly.
He can play with my missus if you like, but I ain't bothered.
Probably has, everyone else has.
Splendid.
Yeah, but, you know, I don't know if you've seen the message that's just popped up there. We are still in talks for Maitland-Niles as well. So it's a no-brainer for me. I think he's getting treated absolutely dog by Mikel Arteta. It's coming across now. Mikel Arteta's man management skills are absolutely piss poor. You know, he's not letting the kid go out to play football, which he wants to, but then there's reports coming out today. He's told him that he won't be training with the first team. What's the point in keeping a young kid there, shatter his confidence? If you're going to treat him like that, you've got William ripping his contract up because he couldn't wait to get away from the place. You know, Arsenal are in a right shit show at the minute, and I don't understand how you can treat players like that. He sounds like another Koeman to me.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I genuinely think, look, I don't want to sort of go into it too much with Mikel because I don't want to be wrong and I don't like necessarily saying some of the things that I think, but I think he's got a massive ego. And I think currently he doesn't like the fact that he's getting everything fucking wrong at Arsenal. Like everything. So, you know,
it's between him and Steve Bruce who goes first, in my opinion. I think Mikel's, you know, Arsenal career is hanging by a thread. You know, and some of the games they've got coming up, I think they are winnable games if you look at Arsenal compared to some of the opposition. If they don't start winning some of these games, Michael, he's gone. You know, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
It's. I just don't get the Niles one that, you know, he's keeping him there, but he's told him he's not playing with the first team and training him with the first team. Just let the kid go out on loan and get some experience, because I'm not being funny. Niles, I keep getting his name wrong. Maitland-Niles, or Maitland-Niles, whatever his name is, will be there a lot longer than Mikel Arteta looking at it. You know, I think he's getting treated absolutely shocking. Arsenal in a right shit show, but listen, we're talking about Everton. We're not going to talk about them. I wish Gav was on here.
Let's move on. Fucking hell. Let's talk about another deal that I expected to actually already be done by now. Actually, I expected Solomon Rondon to be an Everton player by now, and that's not happened either. Pardon me. I definitely think we need a striker. I'm a little bit surprised. Look, I like Rondon. I think he knows the Premier League. He had 11 goals and 7 assists in his last season at Newcastle, where he was loved by Rafa Benitez. So I trust him in that sense. But he's not really a striker that we haven't got. Like, he you know, Calvert-Lewin scores with his head. Rondon, you would say, scores mostly with his head. He's not a in behind. He's not a try and take a man on and shoot from 30 yards sort of striker. He's not going to create a goal himself. But I am happy with signing Rondon because, well, potentially signing Rondon because it seems relatively cheap, affordable on both parts, and it's sort of been Everton's window. Are you happy with Rondon?
I see the stats the other day, Michael. Wherever he's gone, he's scored goals. He knows the Premier League. And at the end of the day, you mentioned Calvert-Lewin and him being the same sort of striker. To me, that doesn't matter because Calvert-Lewin will be number one striker when he's fit, when he's ready to go, what have you. When if he doesn't get an injury, Rondon comes in. The way Everton are playing now, Everton can use Rondon's strengths and Dominic Calvert-Lewin's strengths. The way we play, cutting the ball into the box. Rondon and Calvert-Lewin thrive off service like that. They're not going to play together. I think we both know that. Rondon is going to be part of a squad, but he'll probably spend more time on the bench when Dominic Calvert-Lewin's fit. But I have no problem with him coming in because he's a good backup, as you say. They're both the same sort of player, so I have no problem with it. He scored goals wherever he's gone. I think he has got to sort out some sort of financial bits with his current club. I think that's what's holding the deal up at the minute. I don't know whether if he leaves them, he'll owe them money or they owe him money. I don't know what it is, but he does want to play for Rafa again. He's played for Rafa before, so I think that's a deal. Obviously, when we're doing this video, these deals haven't gone through yet. So once the video's out, if they have, that's why we spoke about it now. I think that will be a deal that goes through.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree with you. I think that the issue is about some payment that his current club are meant to give him, but if he joins Everton, he might have to forego it or something like that.
Sure, he's made enough money.
Yeah. Let's move on to what could be the marquee signing. Luis Diaz, Porto. It would be a decent coup for Everton, but I'm really on the fence as to whether it's going to happen or not.
I'm not as confident with this deal as I am with the other two. Apparently, he wanted to come the other day, and Rodriguez was going to be part of the deal. Now they don't want Rodriguez. Rodriguez has been linked with Milan, and they put their price up for 40 million euros. So I have seen some reporter told you before, coming from out of Portugal, that he said he now wants to stay and play at the Dragons, i.e. Porto. So this one is a slow burner, and this, if we do get Luis Diaz, it's going to go right down to the wire. Do we need him? Yeah. Would he fit in at Everton? Yeah. Would he light up the Premier League? Yeah. We've all seen the clips of him. He's a fantastic player. What a signing it would be for Everton. But I'm unsure on this one. I am really unsure. But listen, Rafa has consistently come out and said we does need another wide player. If we don't get Diaz, as you said before, do we go in for Neres? Apparently Ajax have put him up for sale. So, it is going to be guarding the winger. It is going to go down to the 11 o'clock deadline, in my opinion. Do I think we get Diaz? At the minute, probably not.
I could see it being a complete surprise. Like Alex Iwobi was 3 years ago or whatever it was, when he was a complete surprise. We went from thinking we were getting Zuma, Decore, and Zaha. We end up with Alex Iwobi. I think it could be like that sort of surprise. I'm really concerned that the only player we bring in today is a player that I don't actually necessarily 100% think we need. So I am concerned. I keep on checking on the Mbappe thing as well, just in case, because if Mbappe goes to Madrid, imagine a late bid coming in for Richarlison. Imagine, fucking hell.
Well, that'd just be Everton, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? I don't think Mbappe moves. I said this on the other day when I was on the video with you. I think that will be next summer. I think it's very, very, very late in the window for a big, big move like that to go through. I mean, it's something like £125 million or something, isn't it? It's a massive move that. PSG can probably afford to lose Mbappe because they've got that many top players. They've just brought Messi in. Obviously, a bit of a different sort of player, different age as well. But I think that will happen next summer. If it does happen now, Everton will be stupid to let Richarlison go. I'll ask you a question, so you enjoy asking the questions. If that move does go through and they offer us £90 million for Richarlison, do you take it this late in the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, and the reason,
players are debts nearly enough, you know, and
there's a few in my mind. There's a few reasons for it. One, I love Richarlison. I do, and we had this conversation the other day. We can replace his goals, but we can't replace his heart. And I stand by that. We can replace his goals, but we can't replace
his assists as well.
Well, my issue is Damari Gray has come in and set Goodison Park on fire. He's been absolutely brilliant. Andros Townsend. I mean, we're talking about players that don't, on paper, offer as much or anywhere near the value that Richarlison is. But yeah, I saw a real leader in Andros Townsend, a heart. So
when you
I'm
say
not
leader
saying
there, I seen him get involved in that penalty situation the other day. You know, Andros Townsend was straight over there, sorting that situation out. So he's coming to Everton. He showed his experience, you know, and he's bought into Everton straight away. I think he's done about 3 interviews, and every time he does an interview, he mentions how big of a club he's come to, and he's loving being there, you know. So
that's what I mean. So I think we would miss Richarlison, like I do. I don't think you can just replace him. But I'm really, there's a sell-by date on him being at Everton, and I definitely think it's next summer. But if somebody said to me, you're going to get £90 million now, and in January, you've got to ride your luck until January, but you'll be able to get a replacement. And until then, you've only got Damari Gray, Andros Townsend, or Iwobi. Potentially still James Rodriguez in the side. I think I'll manage. If we lose James and Richarlison, then I think we've got a real issue because we do need another player. And I
don't think if James doesn't move today, I don't think he gets much game time anyway, because I think to play James in a Rafa Benitez team, you change the whole setup of how we're going to play. I don't think James Rodriguez fits into Rafa Benitez style of play.
You know what I mean? I get what you're saying. But I think he plays 10. I don't think he goes on a wing. I think he plays 10.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, going back to the Richarlison thing, and listen, Richarlison's a great player. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say he's not, but I think me and a lot of Evertonians, not everyone, but a lot of them are getting quite pissed off with Richarlison now, to be fair. You know, the thing with the penalty the other day, you know, then after it, he puts puts an Instagram post out saying, I've waited 3 years for my chance. Then, whether it's down to Everton or whether it's down to the UK authorities not letting these players travel away to certain countries in this international break, he then puts another Instagram post out last night basically saying, let me go. You know, so for me, Richarlison's like a big fucking spoiled kid. You know, I'm going to say it, you know, I will say it. I'll probably get shot down for it. I'm not slagging the playing side of Richarlison. I'm slagging the personality side of Richarlison. And I just think sometimes just needs to think before he goes on social media. You know, Niles done it yesterday, you know, putting something on social media. We want him at the club. We need him at the club as cover for right back. I don't think these players should be going down the social media line. I really don't.
You say that, but I get it with Maitland-Niles. He's been there since he was 6 years old and has been guaranteed nothing by Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. With Richarlison, Everton did such an amazing thing by welcoming him back, having the whole squad around him, you know, him putting posts out saying how much he loves the club and how much he loves that. And then within 3 weeks, he's stropping with our goal scorer, our centre forward, over a penalty. I really struggle with that. Whereas now, at 24 years old, I think Richarlison is.
Should be growing out of that.
He should be a player, the talisman that people look to, and my concern is that he isn't. And look, I love Richie, and
I think he'll always be stroppy. I think he'll always be stroppy. I think he'll be like that at 28, 29, Michael.
That's what I mean. So ordinarily, I love Richie, and if you said to me, if you say to me, do you really want him to go, Mike? You know, you've just said if there was 90 million, would you take it? It's really difficult for me to go, no, I wouldn't. And that's why I said yes. Because
you think Everton would take it?
No.
So there's more of a fucking strop then, isn't there?
Out of principle, I don't think they would. And I get why. I 100% get why. My concern is now that Richie's had this moment, and he has had a moment he's took pops at Everton for various things. He had that strop at the weekend. Is he now going to go, right, I'm just going to wait for Mbappe or whoever to move to whoever, and then I'm getting my move? How much of the Richarlison? Because last season, me and you and many other fan channels spoke about Richarlison when he got linked with Barcelona, and he was shit. He was shit. Last season was not a good season. As a winger, he wasn't good enough. As a goal scorer, he wasn't good enough. He got 10 goals or something. So to justify a £90 million price tag, it's fucking bonkers.
Thing is, though, if he throws his toys out the pram, if he doesn't get a move now, if Everton get a bid and don't accept it, he then plays with a strap on. Not going to be the same Richarlison who we know football side of it. Who then takes him? Who then's going to pay 90, 100 million pounds when they're spending that much money on a player? If he gets upset at their club, he'll do exactly the same again. So this is where, as you say, he's 24 now, Michael. He's got to stop these drops. Listen, we all know he's not going to be at Everton for his full career. We all know he's going to get a big move. But the only way that big move happens in the near future and not, the distant future, is if he stops these tantrums. Because they wouldn't put up with that at Real Madrid. They won't put up with that at PSG. Do you know what I mean? They won't put up with it. So these teams won't come up. Well, he won't do it now. He won't do it until he gets upset. Because Richarlison, for me, will always be like that. As soon as he gets upset by something, he's gone again. He's like a cannon. He's just wait. He's like that cannon that's just flickering. And then when the wick burns down to the end, it goes.
And that's why I sell him now. That's why if that bid comes in, I sell him, because I worry that as a result of this, as a result of turning down a bid, he could be like he was last season. And I've got to be honest, I don't think we saw the best of Richarlison at all last season, bar a couple of games we didn't. So I don't want that. Ideally, a bid doesn't come in, and this isn't a conversation. Like Richarlison stays, he works his heart off. He goes next summer with everyone's blessing. Whatever he needs to do, go and do it. No problem.
Yeah, I think he definitely goes next summer if he doesn't go this window. Definitely, without a doubt. Unless Everton finish in the top 4.
Yeah, and then that's a different. That's a
very
different argument.
But then I'm not being funny. If Everton finished in the top 4, Michael, which I'm not being funny, but probably not going to. But even if he finished in the top 4 and Real Madrid or PSG come knocking, I think he'd still probably angle for the move, because I'm not being funny, Michael. PSG, Real Madrid, when clubs like that come calling, Michael, you can't knock them back. You'd only get one opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Ghana. Ghana was so concerned he was never going to get it. He had to push in January. Look, I hope it's a conversation. Yeah, I hope it's a conversation we never have to worry about, but we'll see. John, I asked the same question to Rose yesterday. I'm going to ask you the same question. If you was a betting man, how many signings are Everton making today? And also, how many players are leaving Everton today?
I think we get 2 in.
Yeah,
I think we struggle to get a winger in. I think Gomez will probably end up going, because that's gathering pace now. I think if we get Maitland-Niles in, I think John Joe Kenny might go. I don't know. Someone might come in for him. What I also wanted to have, Michael, going on from that, I did see something today. Jefferson, who we were linked from for Sheffield United, is now going to Burton Albion.
no, yeah, on loan.
So I don't know what the hell has happened there with that. Maybe we were never in for them. You know, as you say, we don't know, but I think if we get 2 in, possibly 2 out. Andre Gomez, following the likes of obviously Moyes Keane, who's gone, and
I think 3 in. I've got that little bit of hope. Hope. Go and get me a winger, Everton. And I could see 4 going out, including Moyes Keane, James Rodriguez, John Joe Kenny, and Andre Gomez.
I'm unsure about James, but we'll see. We will see. I don't know. £200,000 a week he's on, Michael. Even if he goes to a club and Everton say, right, well, we'll pay half. A Porto going to give him £100,000 a week.
Look, it depends how much
a week.
It depends how much they want to spend on spaghetti hula hoops.
Brilliant, or ravioli.
Yeah. It's quite scary, really, because it does appear that he was on more money than we actually thought, because nobody wants to sign him.
We had a conversation before, Michael. When you look at Carlo and you look at James, they were taking £450,000 a week out of Everton Football Club. Didn't work out for any of them. It didn't work out for any of them. What a fucking waste that was. Pisses me off the more I think about that. Really pisses me off. Still people on Twitter saying they'd like to see James. The majority of us have never seen him in the flesh at fucking Goodison. I've never fucking seen Kim Kardashian in the flesh. Don't go on about it.
Oh, fucking hell. I've never seen Kim Kardashian. Oh, you're a twat. You're such a twat.
Isn't it? Brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, fucking hell. I've never seen Kim Kardashian in the flesh. It's fucking splendid. I'm telling you now, mate, if you saw Kim Kardashian in the flesh, honest to God, I'd have to get you out of there quick, wouldn't I?
No, you have to get out the fucking country quick.
Oh, dear. Right, guys, let's leave it there. That's your sort of deadline day update. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few more throughout the day. When Everton sign a player, I will be going either live or doing a video for it. I'm either going live or recording a video at 11 o'clock after deadline tonight. So fucking wish me luck if we've signed no one and I'm sitting there with my car at 11 o'clock, just fucking with the heating on and all sorts of shit. And again, 10,000 subs, guys. I didn't think it would happen 3.5 years ago, but it has. So thank you ever so much for the support. John, obviously, as he knows, he has always and always will be a massively important part of not just the channel, but of my life. So it's really good to have you on for the first video after that. And John, I'm just going to end it as we usually do, mate. I wish you all well today. I hope you're well and suck your mum.
Brilliant. Cheers, folks.